But that was really interesting, and my job was to tell you what sort of, how you actually get your hands on all these records that both Barry and Janice has been talking about. And also to tell you about some of the other records that you may not be aware of. And as Barry's going to do so thoroughly with the other records, I'm just going to start off on the third page with the police photographs. And I was fascinated to learn that the police were one of the very first professions to get really into photography and have their own police photographers. Some of the photographs that they've attached to charge sheets are absolutely wonderful. These are only two tiny ones, and I was for ages trying to decide which photographs to put in this handout, because there's some wonderful photographs of women, all of whom had their hats on, and their hats were wonderful confections of flowers and nets and God knows where else, but they were wonderful. No matter how poor they were, they always had a hat. But I particularly liked the gentleman here. You can see that there's a mirror over his shoulder with a curved piece to it. And I thought that was particularly ingenious. Well, they used it so that they didn't have to waste film. They were able to take a full frontal and a profile shot in one click. And I love that. I also liked the little boy, because you can see he is quite young. Wonderful picture. There also, I think the mischief just jumps out of his face there. He looks like he's about to steal something. So obviously there wasn't really an age limit to how long you could be before you were charged. So these sorts of things are lovely, and as I've said in the leaflet, they had to stand like that to show there was no missing digits or any other identifying marks. Now, below that I've got I just typed crime into our database, and up came a photograph. That's what I thought, well, it's from a private collection, the Cooper collection, and you never know what that throws up. It's really quite an extensive collection. And this is detectives investigating a murder in Stewartstown, and they look to be doing a very diligent job. They're standing there going, hey. But it is a lovely photograph. I have no idea which murder they were investigating, but that's something that you'll maybe check the local newspapers for. If you turn your page, you'll see a sheet from Antrim Asylum records. Now again, everyone who was apprehended by the police was not actually charged as a criminal. They did have a lot of discretion, an awful lot more then than they do now. This one I love because it was Rebecca Harper. It's not a great photograph, it's been reproduced pretty poorly, but she still looks like quite a dour Presbyterian, further sort of very strict sort of woman. And apparently she was apprehended for singing and dancing in the streets. So it just did not seem to fit with her appearance. But they believed that they made a judgment call, so she was sent to the hospital or the mental asylum rather than actually being arrested and tried as a criminal. So down below I have a nice one. I liked it, well, not because of the subject matter, but because of the way it was set out. This is an extract from the crime book of the County of the City of Belfast, which is a very protracted way of saying Belfast. But it details a court case against John Boomer. John Boomer was 53 when he was accused of the murder of his wife, Agnes. And what I like about this sheet of paper, you have all the information you need practically on one sheet. You've got the name of John, you've got his wife, you've got when he committed this alleged crime, you've got who were the witnesses against him, who were the defendants, who were the prosecutors, you've even got the name of the all-male jury. So, the facts, and only the facts, but they're all there, as well as the actual verdict, which was that he was found guilty of manslaughter rather than murder, and he was sentenced to 10 years penal servitude, which means basically he was jailed. If we turn over again, I know that Barry alluded to them, but coroner's records are really fascinating. The other thing about them, a lot have been scanned and are online up until I think it's about 1912, 1920. I can't remember if you happened to it, so I'm never quite sure exactly how far up they are. And these are lovely little verdicts of, when the coroner had completed his duties. it would be written up. And I've given two examples here that I think are fascinating for different reasons. The first one is the inquest in the body of James Carew. He was aged 18 months, infant child of John, a labourer of Mount Pottinger Road.
Attention please, documents cannot be ordered after 8 p.m. It would be appreciated if documents no longer required are returned to the issue desk as soon as possible. Thank you for your cooperation.
Anyway, the verdict was that the said James Carew on the 27th day of August 1893 at the Royal Hospital in the city of Belfast came to his death from the effects of injuries received by being knocked down and run over by a tram car on the Mount Pottinger Road on the 26th of August. And the jury do further say that they do not attach blame to anyone. Now, we now call that a road traffic accident, but these were in the very early days of road traffic, accidents by motor cars, so it wasn't treated that way. Well, I should also have done a lovely picture about 20 years later in time of the drivers of the tram sitting outside a Mount Pottinger tram posing for a photograph. And I'm always very curious now to know if one of those people were one of the ones driving the tram when poor little John died. Now the other one, again I like because I thought it was quite apt in this year of the Titanic centenary. It's the inquest in the body of Henry White, whose age wasn't given, but he was a ship carpenter of Mendel Street, and it's recorded the verdict that the said Henry White on the 20th day of August 1893 at the graving dock of Messrs. Harland and Wolff, Queen's Island, in the city of Belfast, came to his death from accidental drowning. He probably fell off one of the scaffolds or whatever, fell into the water, was drowned, and as soon as he hit the water would have stopped his clock and stopped his wages. So, now, these and lots of other records, if they're not already listed on our e-catalogue, can be quite easily found by coming here. Try our website as well. But if you've missed one of the lectures and you want to keep up, they're on our website, they're on Jonathan's blog. Please feel free to follow her. All the details are on the back. We also would encourage you to check out our website for all our upcoming events, and we've got lots of things happening. Like next week we have Charles Dickens talk and demonstration. We have a whole programme of events around the Titanic and various other ships. So lots of things happening in the Public Record Office. We would love if you'd come along and join in. And I will hopefully see you next month when the subject is, I've forgotten.
Urban history?
Urban history, lovely. I haven't written that yet. So urban history next month. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you.